How's it going, everybody? This is Cogent K9, and I have absolutely lost my voice. I'm sick, and I've been talking a lot, so my voice is completely gone. But I still wanted to share some thoughts with the Jon Jones controversy before the fight with Gustafsson and him. He just had an interview about an hour ago where he said in order to kind of shake this steroid controversy off his back, all he's going to need to do is keep winning. Well, here's what I know to be true. The fact that he tested positive for these metabolites, for these steroids, which a lot of people are trying to say that it was already in his system from before, and that it's actually come back up in his system through fat cells. They say it's a slow burning metabolite, which you could have apparently taken a year ago, and then it would still show up in your system in very small quantities. But this is also an argument I used to hear back in the day. They used to say that about weed. They used to say, oh, if you had a piss test, you had to take a drug test. If you worked out before you took that drug test, but you smoked pot like a month ago, well, then it'd be it stores in your fat cells somehow. And that would be a very common excuse for people who failed drug tests, is the fact that, no, really, I had worked out and it was stored in the fat cells. Now, as far as I know, this is a myth. It's not actually true. I know things can be stored in fat cells, but I just don't think for the amount of time that he's talking about, which he got suspended for before, which was in, 2017? He hasn't fought since 2017. So it just really begs the question, could steroids stay in your system that long? And what's even more important than that is that Gustafsson is doing himself a big favor here by actually taking this fight. I believe fighting Jones, even if he is roided out, because if he's roided out now, then he was roided out on the last time they fought. I think it'd be better to fight him roided out, given how he fared against him then, than it would be to allow this stuff to die down, because then you would also get all the fans upon your back, not allowing the fight to happen. But if he takes the fight, no matter if he wins or loses, he is still a winner. Unless USADA definitively comes out after the fact and says that, yes, you can actually store steroids in your fat cells for more than 2 years. Unless they come out and definitively say that, then Gustafsson gets off the hook for a loss because he was on steroids. So no one's actually going to see it as a legitimate fight. They're going to see it as Jon Jones cheating. USADA could even come out and say, all right, we learned some more science. We now have some more information. And it is true that when previously ingested, this steroid for some people can store inside the fat cells for over 2 years. That would subsequently give a very, very small reading of steroids when he got tested for this one in Las Vegas and failed. They're saying it's not really a failed drug test, even though it really is. The only way it wouldn't be a failed drug test is if USADA and the UFC changes the rules, which they might be in the process of doing. But then they would have to admit that people who got suspended before for this same type of controversy, where only a minuscule amount of steroids showed up in their system, where it could have very well been from the last time, then USADA and the UFC would have to admit wrongdoing on those grounds. But as a business like they are, I don't think they're going to. Even if they fucked over 1 million fighters in the past, even if they're fucking over fighters as we speak, Jon Jones is going to make the money tomorrow, and everyone's going to be tuning in to see Jon Jones, not, the other people who've been fucked over by this process with USADA and steroids, like Frank Mir. So it really is a matter of special treatment, which I just think is crazy. Now, everyone's still going to tune in, everyone's still going to watch. I'm going to watch, but I'm going to download that shit illegally. What up? So I would beg you not to get this fight, not to order this fight, and to go get it free and download it illegally somewhere, because this is some bullshit. Now, obviously, I'm not actually advocating for you to do anything illegal, you dumbasses. Wink, wink. Okay? But seriously, the UFC has lost my respect a lot. Still going to watch the fights, not pay for them. Still going to watch them legally. But I'm not going to support the UFC anymore until they figure their fucking shit out. Okay, that's it. Everyone have a good one. Bye.